Hi, Marvin Koizumi with Sask Landing Fishing Adventures. This morning I want to show you a simple, what I call the overhand stinger hook. I was going through my fishing line and I found a line that I tested many years ago, but I kept it because it was such a great super line. There was a little bit left on the spool and I thought this is the ideal line to use for my overhand stinger. I don't like to use monofilament because, as you'll see later on, I have to pull my loop tight and I didn't want to burn the monofilament. So the first thing you do is you take this line and you do an overhand knot near the end of the line. Very fine knot. It's hard to see, but it's right above my thumbnail. Then you imagine the length of approximate length of the stinger that you want, and you make a loop, and then you tie yet another overhand knot. Draw that loop down close to the first knot, and it doesn't have to be close, but this is why I don't like to use mono. There is a gap between the knot I just made and the first knot on the single strand of fishing line. Now I want that knot to go right up so that my snell doesn't move, and I just pull it tight. Now it's locked into position. Taking that loop, I just trim the end. Good line. Oh my God, this is a good line. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now I have made myself a non-slipping loop. I just pinch it together. Let's say I'm using this hook for my stinger. I just feed the line through the eye and back through my loop. And just snug it up. Now that anchors my hook. There's two ways to address this next part of the stinger. First, I can open up my loop. Let's forget about opening up the loop. Let's just grab a jig. I wrap this around the shank of my jig, and I'll try to get that as best I can. And I will feed my stinger hook through the loop. I should have made this a little bit bigger for my fat fingers. Oh my. Okay. Once I bring it around my stinger hook and I just suck it up, there it is. That's one way you can use this overhand stinger. You can buy these quick change and you can fill up full of Plastidip and you'll have a similar system that you can just hook your hook through. And you attach that quick change to the string just like you would if you tied it to this hook. Or you can go ahead and, in many cases like I do, I put a snap ring on the end and I fill it with Plastidip, and now I have my stinger made. The reason I like this particular material, which is 20-pound or 15-pound Stren, is it's quite stiff, and yet it doesn't interfere with the motion and it doesn't have a memory. So this is my overhand stinger, and you can make all these loops ahead of time. You can make them small or long, and then you can pick what length you want for the bait you're using. I hope you find this interesting. The overhand stinger hook.